Jay Leno.
Dealerships. When I was a kid, I worked at a Ford dealership. I was in charge of odometer recalibrations. That was my area.
Really?
Well, you know what you used to do back in the old days? Like a guy would bring a car in, and then the boss would say, "I take it, the used car, back and just turn back the speedometer." Okay. I remember one guy came in with like a '64 Chevy, and it had like 92,000 miles. So he's making his deal for his new Ford, you know, blah blah blah. And we're back there with the drills, spinning it back, you know.
You spun it with a drill?
Yeah. So the guy comes out. He goes, no, give me my car back. Good. No, now it is.
Not caught him. I mean, he could have caught you.
Yeah, but back in the day, that's used car dealers. It was horrible. It was terrible. Well, you know, they used to have stuff. You want the undercoating? Okay, it's $130 undercoating. And they put the car in the rack and they take some black paint, just spray underneath, just, you know, with like cheap black Rust-Oleum paint, and then realize I'm never going to have any nice cars working at a car dealership. You know.
So you became a comedian?
Yeah, so I became a comedian. So I thought I'd be celebrities.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some really interesting ones, but then they're just
like me, right?
Yeah. But then they're like just really like reality stars and people like
You probably never saw that coming either when you first started hosting The Tonight Show. There weren't reality stars. They didn't exist.
Yeah, that's true. But in the Olympics. And then like 10 years later, she was in Playboy magazine. Like she hadn't done anything for 10 years. Then she's in Playboy. So we get a call from Playboy. Would you put so-and-so in, you know? Okay, yeah, she was America's sweetheart. Now she's naked. Okay, that could be an interesting second guess. Okay, fine. We are not mentioning the Playboy article. I go, really? Why don't you take your client and go home, okay? Okay, how much old shows with Johnny? You see stars come out, and they would just make these horrible fashion mistakes or whatever because they dress themselves now everybody has handlers. You don't do this, you don't do that. Don't talk about don't talk about that. You know, so it gets a little, it's not quite as loose as it used to be. Don't give your actual opinion. You can't make lightning strike twice. When we did The Tonight Show, we had a good crew. I had a lot of stuff left over from Johnny. When a guest would come out from a TV show, the band couldn't even play the theme song to the TV show because they didn't have money for music rights. So I never thought about going to do it again. I did it for 22 years. You know, it was number one when I got it. It was number one when I left. That was perfect for me. How many make it strike twice? Requiem for a Heavyweight.
Yeah, we talked about it in the video.
My all-time favorite movie, Cassius Clay, and he plays Mountain Rivera, and he was ranked 5th heavyweight in the world, you know, back in the 50s, and the movie takes place in the early 60s. And he's still fighting. And he goes for a job at an unemployment agency, like as a dishwasher. It would be a profession where there's only one number one. Like some people think you're funny, some people think I'm funny, some people think you suck, some people think I suck. Fine. It's all subjective. There's not one comedian,
right?
And everybody else is ranked below. It's whatever you like, you know.
There we go.
Oh, hell, I'll call you back later. I'm doing a podcast. Sorry. Oh, sorry about that. It's really about live TV. It must be tough to be in a field with. That's it. You're the only guy.
Yeah. And how did he retire?
Well, I mean, he eventually sold and moved into an insurance company. You know, my dad grew up in New York and during the Depression.